Hey guys, it's Annabelle. So I got a question over 3 months ago, and I hadn't had a chance to answer it until today. But I wanted to do a video on my family schedule with 3 kids, and just kind of how we keep everything together and like all that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take you through my day and kind of what we do in an average day. Like sometimes like stuff is pushed back or moved forward depending on our schedule and what we have to do and things like that. Okay, so I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I wake up my 5.5-month-old, and she nurses, and when she is done nursing, I put her back into her pack and play. She still sleeps next to us, and I go downstairs and I start getting breakfast ready for my husband, and just like clean up stuff that maybe didn't get done the night before, and I get like breakfast going for everyone, and then I go back upstairs, I get dressed, and or like take a shower if I didn't take a shower the night before, like just all the stuff that if I missed it the night before, I do in the morning. So then around 7 o'clock, I get all 3 of the kids up, and that is usually when my husband leaves for work. So I get them up so they're able to tell him goodbye for the day, and then we usually eat breakfast. I get the kids dressed, and then we look at what we have to do that day. And then we just start doing our day. If we have a play date to go to, we do that. If we are just hanging out at the house, I do have like learning stuff for the kids to do. Otherwise, they just do like free play activities. They can just pick something and they can do it. My baby sleeps from about 9:30 to 10. So when she takes a nap, I do stuff with the other kids, and I also do my work. I am a work-at-home mom, so I do stuff for my job when the baby is napping and when my kids are sleeping. So then I start lunch after I'm done with whatever I needed to do during nap time for that hour. I get a whole bunch of stuff done, and it's like go time. I get in and get it done, and then I start on lunch. And if we don't have a lunch play date, then we just have lunch. The kids usually help me make lunch, which is very interesting some days. It depends on how difficult the recipe is. But I try to get them to eat something new at least once a week, just to try it. Even if they absolutely hate it, even if I absolutely hate it, I still have them try it. And then after lunch, we usually pick up, make sure everything's ready to go, like for the day, like picked up wise. And then we usually have nap time, and nap time is usually from 12:30 to 3. My little one usually goes down just a little bit later, 15 minutes to a half an hour later than the other 2. And then my oldest, my 4-year-old, does not sleep for the entire nap time. She usually gets up early. She usually sleeps about 45 minutes to an hour. If she does not get that 45 minutes to an hour, she is crabby. On preschool days, she goes to preschool in the mornings, and that is 3 days a week she goes to preschool. So then that's that. And while she's at preschool, we usually do the play dates for my son, and I bring baby with me. And in the afternoons, we usually almost every single day have a play date scheduled. So when my kids get up at 3, we eat snack, and then we play. We either play at home. I do my work during nap time, and I get all of that done. And then we have our play date, we do whatever, and then we try to be home and be all done with everything at 5 o'clock. So that way my kids and I are home when my husband's home. My kids usually play with them, and my little one sleeps from about 5:30 to 6:30. She takes a 3rd nap, just a little snooze to get her through the evening, while I make supper. And my kids hang out with their dad while I make supper usually. And if they're not hanging out with him, they're in the kitchen helping me. And we eat supper, and then after supper we have been going for a walk here lately, but otherwise in the winter we usually just sit down and do a movie, and then we start bedtime routine stuff at 7:30. We do bath, we do books, we have some learning time stuff that we do. My son is working on colors. He learned his shapes already, and he knows his body parts, and we're working on sentences with him, and we're working on like the ABC song and some nursery rhyme stuff with him. So we do that at that point. My daughter is learning how to read, so we are working on her words. She knows all of the 1- and 2-letter words. We're working on 3- and 4-letter words, her sounding words out, and also reading. So we do that at that time, and then we read a story as a family. That is like one of the highlights of my night. My husband and I take turns reading, and it's a blast. And then we do like a quick, like we say our prayers, and we do like just like some family Bible time, and then we go to bed. All of the kids are usually sleeping by 8:30 or 8:45. They do wake up early, and they probably should go to bed earlier than that, but that seems to work with everyone's schedule right now. All the kids used to be in bed, like it was 8 o'clock and they were in bed, or 8:30 and they were in bed. But now, since we've incorporated more into our nightly routine, it just takes us a little bit longer to get to bed here more recently. And on nights, I have one night a week that I go out with my friends and or get to do something on my own. If my friends and I aren't meeting that week, then I will go shopping. I will go do something for myself. I even use that time to go to the grocery store for our family. Just something for myself one night a week. And then my husband will go the next night, and he goes out with his friends. We're both on leagues, and we do different things like that. So it's our one night a week to be out of the house, and we get home whenever we get home. And it just works out so well for us to each have our own separate thing. And then we have family night and or family and friends nights the other weeks. We try to meet up with family and do as many things as we can on the weekends, and that's why we are so unbelievably busy. But anyways, I know that was kind of rambly, and I kind of backtracked and went forward and backtracked in a little bit, but that is pretty much how we do it, and that's our schedule. We put both of the kids down, and then my daughter, the youngest one, goes to sleep about a half an hour after they do. And with moving into the house, we did have some trouble with the kids sleeping all night. My son has slept through the night ever since we moved in, but my oldest had some trouble when we first moved in, just getting used to her room and stuff. But now she sleeps through the night, and my baby has slept through the night since she was 6 weeks old. So she's doing awesome. But yeah, anyways, that is just kind of how we do things. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. But yeah, I hope that answers your question about how we do things with 3 kids. But yeah, anyways, if I didn't answer your question, just ask in the bottom, and I will either just answer it, or I can do another video for you. All right, bye guys.